All right. 5-4 Raducanu. He's going to serve for the set. Now, Penko taking on Eala. Round 2. Rematch. Rematch from Miami. This was the lady that started Eala's run in Miami. She beat Penko, then she beat Keys, then she got past Badosa, then she beat Swiatek. Eala versus Penko, the rematch. Penko hasn't really been doing much lately, but she has won this trophy. She won this title, I think, 2 years ago. So this is not going to be easy for Eala. This is a tough match. But let's see if Eala can do it again, or if Penko can get her revenge. Cam is high on M&Ms. M&Ms are delicious. All right. Just imagine when Joint becomes a top 10 player, it will never end. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Raducanu serving for the first set. Mensik gets through. Yeah, he got through Opelka. Good win for Mensik. Drop shot's not very good from Joint. Raducanu comes to the net. Joint with a lob. That's better. But it goes long. All right, 15 love. But Ostapenko taking on Eala. It is the rematch. And it's going to be fun. Penko is not boring. You can say a lot of things about Ostapenko, but she ain't boring. She is not boring. 15 love. And Eala has been pretty impressive on grass, considering it's her first real grass court season. She's got some good wins, even though they're qualifier wins, still getting a lot of wins on the grass. Yeah, they played in Miami. And Penko... Joint got the win. Sorry, not Joint. Eala got the win. Joint is trying to win against Raducanu. Eala got the win in straight sets, but it was close. And there's a lot of breaks I can remember. Wasn't she down 5-2 in the second, Eala, and then she came back to win? Something like that. And that started the Miami run, as that goes out by Raducanu, 30-15. So here we go. Let's see if Alex Eala can do it again. 30-15, by the way. Chance for Raducanu to take the first set. Serve now the backhand of Joint. Forehand from Raducanu. Again, the backhand of Joint. Raducanu backhand into the forehand of Joint. The forehand of Raducanu. Joint forehand goes long, and it's 40-15. Raducanu with 2 set points to take the first set. It's so crazy. We type Cam Talks. Yep, that is crazy, right? Don't think too much about it. It's but it's weird. It is strange. As Raducanu serves, a big serve takes the first set and is 6-4 first set. Mia is still wondering why Cam talks to himself. No, she's asleep. All right. First set for Raducanu. There was a few breaks in that set. 5 breaks, but Raducanu broke one more time, and that's all that mattered. But let's see what happens in the second set. Joint was playing solid. She got a break early in that set, and unfortunately couldn't hold it. But Joint didn't play terribly. It's a very competitive set. Did your shirt ever show up? It's still in process. Not the shirt that I bought, but the one that we're still working out the logistics. Am I the only one not getting any audio? Yes. I'm pretty sure. But you can't hear me, so I don't know. Chat? One in the chat? You really love Eala at this point. Okay. Now you can win over Penko. Right, let's see if she can. Let's see. Let's see what happens. They did play Miami. This is a rematch of that Miami second round where Eala got the win, and that started it all. That started the whole Eala thing. The whole Eala run. Penko, Keys, Osaka make the WTA fascinating. They can all hit anyone off the court on any given day. That is true. All right, Raducanu Joint serving first in the second. As Raducanu puts up a lob, Joint with a bounce, forehand, and Raducanu can't pass her. 15-love. Ah, 15-love. Serve again from Joint. Into the forward of Raducanu. Joint with the slice. Goes long, and it's 15-0. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We do have Fritz versus Fonseca coming up later as well, which should be crazy fun. I really enjoy watching Fonseca. He is not boring. Like, there's no matches where we get bored by watching him. He's always crazy. He's always doing something. So we've got Fonseca coming up against Fritz. That's coming up probably in a couple of hours. Probably after all these matches. Oh, pardon me. All right, Joint gets to 40-15. Good serving. 40-15. Serve again. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Joint backhand to the forehand of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Joint. Raducanu slice. Joint slices it back. Raducanu with a forehand slice. Into the backhand. Joint. Joint goes in the net. 40-30. 40-30. We've got a forehand from Joint in the back of Raducanu. CWS.
Keep going, Cam. So engaging.
No worries, I will. Thank you for the £3. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Joint holds one lover in the second. Looking forward to Fritz versus Fonseca. Should be good. Oh, yeah. I'm so pumped for that one. Today's a good day. We got a good day of matches. All right. 2-1. So 1-0 in the second. 1-0 in the second. Eala and Ostapenko about to come out on court as well. So it's all happening. There's a bit of a turn now to the backhand, but it's a fault from Raducanu. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in the slice of Raducanu, joint with the backhand. Into the forehand of Raducanu. To the forehand of joint. As Raducanu forehand again to the forehand of joint. But joint puts it in the net. 15 love. Serve again. Raducanu. Serve into the backhand of joint. Return goes forward of Raducanu, who hits it in the net. 15-all. 15-all. Giuseppe.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you, Giuseppe, for the $2. Appreciate that. 15-all. With a backhand from Raducanu into the forehand of joint. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Joint with the backhand. Down the line. Winner. 15-30. Chance for joint to break. To start the second. All right. All right, 15-30. As Raducanu serves again. Now wide of the backhand. Joint goes in the net. $30. All right, Eala and Penko on the court. Here we go. The rematch. Penko has... I mean, we know how good she can be at any given day. It doesn't feel like she's been doing much lately. She did win Stuttgart, beating Sabalenka and Swiatek along the way, which always, if you can beat both of them in a same tournament, it's pretty crazy. But Penko, she made it's her second match on grass. She played yesterday. She lost to Raducanu at Roland Garros. She lost to Paolini in Rome. And she lost to Sevastova in the first round in Madrid. So that's what she's been doing lately. Not bad. I mean, Raducanu at Roland Garros and Paolini in Rome. Paolini won Rome, so it's not bad. Sevastova in Madrid was weird, but that was straight after beating Sabalenka, Swiatek, and Navarro to win the title in Stuttgart. So maybe she was a bit of a hangover. But second match on grass, and of course in Miami, she lost to Eala. Also made the final of Doha, did Penko. So has been having a good season. It's been a little bit hectic, but it's been good. 53 wins, 24 losses on grass for Penko in her career, including a title in Birmingham back in 2023. She won Eastbourne back in 2021. Beat Raducanu to win that. Beat Raducanu, Kontaveit, Kazatkina, Jabeur, Pavlyuchenkova. That's a crazy run. She also made the semifinals of Wimbledon back in 2018, lost to Kerber, who won the title. She also lost the quarterfinals to Venus Williams in Wimbledon 2017. So very capable grass court player. And a very big win for Eala if she can beat Penko on grass. That is something. Penko on grass is a thing. Also made the quarterfinals of Wimbledon last year, lost to Krejcikova, who ended up winning the title. So again, Penko on grass is a very tough task. Break point, by the way, for joint. So let's see if Eala can play against Penko on grass. As Raducanu hits a forehand, goes long. It's 2-love joint in the second. Right. 2-love. 2-0 for joint. She was up 2-0 in the first set. All right. Return goes into the back of the joint. Forehand from Raducanu. Into the forehand of joint. Raducanu forehand down the line in the net. 15-love. Love. As we just served down the tee from joint as a fault. Second serve. Second serve into the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand from joint. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Joint with a backhand, but Raducanu with a volley. Joint gets a passing shot, but slips. And Raducanu puts away the easy volley. I don't know if Raducanu saw joint slip over because she kind of turned her back and just walked away. I don't know if... Because Raducanu, I don't think just would have turned away and like not... Yeah, I don't think Raducanu saw joint slip over. So she didn't really like ask if she was okay or anything, but I think it's because she just didn't see her. As joint serves. A fault. Second serve. As return goes to the backhand of joint. Forehand from Raducanu. Into the forehand of joint, but it's out by Raducanu. 30-15. As return goes into the forehand of Raducanu, lob goes up. Joint with a bounce, forehand. Into the forehand of Raducanu, forehand from joint again to the forehand of Raducanu. As joint down the line to the slice of Raducanu. Into the forehand of joint, and then Raducanu hits a passing shot winner, 30-all. All right, first point coming up. Penko serving. Who you got, Chachi? Double faults. Love 15. I'm going to go Eala in 3. I said that in the preview. I'm going to stick with that. But it's not going to be easy. If Eala does win this match, it will be a huge victory on this surface. Like, this will be her best grass court win by far, if she can get it. But I'm going to go with Eala. I'm going to go Eala in 3. I think she's been pretty good on the grass. Love 30. Also, Penko has been a little all over the place. Her first round match was a little crazy. So I think her Eala will clutch it. Love 30, Eala. Penko serves the forehand of Eala. Return goes to the forehand of Penko. And Penko puts it away. 15-30. Also 40-30 joint. Raducanu returns it long, and joint goes to 3-love in the first set. All right, Penko serves. A fault. Second serve. $15-30, second serve. Into the backhand of Eala. Eala in the net. And it's 30-all. Sorry, 15-40, my bad. Penko hit it long. 15-40. I looked away for 2 seconds and it's a break point. 15-40. One save. Now it's 30-40. I looked away for 2 seconds and the ball was called out. All right, 30-40. Still a break point for Eala. 30-40 as a return from Eala goes out and Penko survives. We get to deuce. 3-love for joints in the second against Raducanu. I'll tell you what, Raducanu looks a lot better today than she did yesterday. I don't know what was going on yesterday, if she was just worried about her the back spasms or what. But she doesn't look so worried today, Raducanu. She looked a lot more worried yesterday. Maybe it's because it's not as windy. I mean, it is windy, but it's not like as crazy as yesterday, maybe. I don't know. Advantage Eala to get the break. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate it. Excited. Thank you for that. That's very generous. We'll tee up what... we'll tee it up. All right, we get the deuce here. Penko surviving. Score, please. It's deuce. As the return goes out by Eala, and it's advantage Ostapenko. Advantage Ostapenko. As the return goes into the front of Ostapenko. Penko in the net, though, and back to deuce. By the way, these players are all playing in Eastbourne. They're all in the same tournament. Opposite sides of the draw. So these players won't play each other until the final, if they do make it that far. But the winner of the Eala-Ostapenko match will take on the winner of Yastremska and Jones, who haven't played yet. Raducanu joint winner will play against Blinkova, who won earlier today. So... and that'll be tomorrow, by the way. Quarterfinals will be tomorrow. All right, deuce is a bit of serve from Penko. It's too strong. Advantage Ostapenko. And Raducanu serving at 15-all. The return goes in to the front of Raducanu. Backhand down the line. The net by Raducanu, 15-30. So that is the situation. Also tomorrow, we've got Swiatek versus Alexandrova, which should be fun. And then on the men's side of things, later today, we've got Fritz versus Fonseca, which is also very fun. All right. Advantage Penko, and Eala hits it out. Penko 1-love. As joint hits the forehand wide, and it's 30-all. All right. 1-love, Ostapenko. She said something bad happened before our match yesterday. What happened yesterday? All right, 30-all. Raducanu with a forehand cross-court winner. And it's 40-30. Sorry, we're not allowed to show the match because we'll get in trouble. But we're here. So stick around and I'll tell you what's happening. It's the best I can do, sorry. It is what it is. Got all right, Raducanu, and everything says, "Oh, is she dating Carlos?" God damn it! Are we already that bored? Are we really that bored? Oh, can we just talk about why she was upset yesterday? All right, deuce as Raducanu serves again, trying to get on the board here. Eala serving as well. 15-love. First serve's a fault, second serve. Second serve, Eala. Into the front of Ostapenko. Eala backhand into the front of Penko. as Eala's back in the net. And it's 15-all. As Raducanu with a forehand into the forehand of Joint. To the forehand of Raducanu. Joint with the forehand of the stretch. Raducanu down the line. Into the backhand of Joint. Raducanu with a volley. Joint's got it with the forehand pass. Too good. Advantage Joint to take the double break in the second. All right. 30-15 for Eala. As Eala serves. Into the forehand of Ostapenko. Return goes wide. 40-15. As Raducanu forehand into the forehand of Joint. To the forehand of Raducanu. Joint slice forehand in the net. We get back to deuce. Raducanu smokes Joint in first set. It's advantage Joint, by the way. Advantage Joint to get the double break. Also, Penko comes in there, puts it away, and we get to deuce on the Eala court. All right. Eala serves the fault, second serve. As Joint hits it long, and we get back to deuces. Penko hits another winner? No. Maybe. Penko's got break point. Advantage Penko to get the break. As Eala serves again. Serving to the backhand of Ostapenko. Return goes to the forehand of Eala. Penko backhand. Into the forehand of Eala on the stretch. Penko on the attack. With a forehand winner. Penko gets the break. 2-love. Penko is in a mood. Penko might be in a mood. Is Swiatek better than Ennen? In what way? Like better clay courter or better tennis player? What do you like? No, Justin Ennen is better than Swiatek. Okay, advantage Raducanu. As Joint puts away another forehand winner, we're back to deuce. Now, I think Justin M was better overall. Swiatek, it's hard to judge someone who's just still... We've got to wait until Swiatek gets to, later in her career to give a better assessment. I don't know what Enem was like at 23. That's a better comparison, a more fair comparison, but I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah. I don't know what. I don't think so. I think right now Justin Ennen is still has had a better career than Swiatek has, but Swiatek's got time. 30-love. We're gonna wait for them to finish so then we can make it. It's not fair to compare right now. Joint keeps slipping over, by the way, and loses the point. Advantage Raducanu. 30-love. Penko serves a fault. Second serve. As Penko gets a 40 love with another good serve. Yeah, joint keeps slipping over. She's not happy. 40 love Penko to take the 3 love lead. As joint hits a lovely backhand winner down the line, back to deuce. Penko serves a fault, second serve. All right, second serve. She misses. All right, 40-15. Ostapenko serves again. An ace out wide. All right, Penko 3 love in this first set. Advantage Raducanu. She tries to get on the board in the second. Three love Penko. There's Raducanu serves a fault. Second serve Raducanu. As the return goes in the front of Raducanu. Drop shot from joint in the net. Raducanu on the board. 3-1 joint in the second. All right. All right. 3 love Ostapenko and 3-1 joint. As Raducanu forehand to the forehand of joint. Forehand from Raducanu into the forehand of joint down the line to the back of Raducanu. Can't get it. Joint too strong. 15 love. I don't know much about joint. What do you know about her? So she was born in Michigan and to an Australian father and German mum, which is why she plays for Australia. She was supposed to go to college to play for Texas, but she decided that she would go pro instead. Second. Somebody said second youngest player in the top 10, top 50, 100, or second. The second teenager in the top 100. The second highest ranked teenager in the top 100. Yeah, really just getting started, to be honest. Went to the academy in Brisbane, the Tennis Australia Academy in Brisbane. That's where she learned to play. So, yeah. And has won a title. Did win a title on clay a couple of in last month before the French Open in Rabat, I think it was. Drop shot Raducanu is no good. Joint puts away 40 love. So, yeah, so that's sort of where she's at. Yeah. As Penko hits a lovely drop shot, 15-0. Porsche Penko. That's a good one. Porsche Penko. All right, 15-0. As the Eala serves again. As the return goes off the tape from Penko, she gets a little lucky. 15-30. 15-30. As Eala serves again. As with a backhand out of the forehand of Eala, but Penko hits it long, 30-0. Also joint 4-1 in the second. All right. Now, chat, I want you to get it all out your systems because I can still see there's been jokes. Everyone's coming in and saying the same joke. All right, everybody make the same jokes. Go on. About my joints. Make all the joints jokes, all right? Make all the jokes, not the joints. Don't do that. Make the jokes. Go on. Get it out your system. Get it out your system. Go on. Now's your time. This is open mic night. Stand-up comedy night. Go for it. Go for it. Give me all your... Go on. Go on. Porsche was hilarious, by the way. That was a great joke because it was creative and it was innovative and I liked it. 30-40. Also, I'd never heard that joke before. It was funny. Joint is on a roll. Good one. 30-40. Break point for Penko. To get the double break. Serve is a double fault from Eala. And it's 4-love Penko. It's a joint operation. Good one. What's joint smoking? Haha. Joint smoking Raducanu. Haha. Joints. Lol. That's not a joke. That's just you just use a word. If Aussie wins this, then the joint will be jumping. Okay. Joint pain for Raducanu. Okay. Keep going. Get it out of your systems. 4-love Penko. How many joints does it take to win? Yep. Why did joint always win? Because every time things got heated, she rolled with it and served up a high-level game. See, that was actually not that bad because that took a level of thinking. So I appreciate that one. That was actually not bad. You actually thought that out, whereas most people just went, haha, weed. 15 love, haha, hi. Like, people aren't, that was good. So you win the open mic night, Senin, because you actually put some effort into the joke. 30 love. By the way, chat, she's wearing green. Are we going to make a joke about that? She's wearing green. Haha. Haha. Green. Haha. Get it? Green? Haha. She's playing on the grass. Haha. Get it? Grass, chat. Get it? On the grass. She's on the grass. She's playing on grass. Joint on grass. Joint, grass joint. Green grass joint. Get it? Do you get it? Haha. Because of her name is Joint. We got demonetized like already, by the way. You chat, I'm blaming you. 30-15. Is Eala returns a forehand to Penko. Back into Eala on the stretch. Penko on the attack. Hits a forehand winner. 40-15. Penko is in a mood. 40-15. Also, Raducanu 30-15. Penko for a 5-love lead. As Raducanu hits a volley long. It's 30-all. Joint to try and get that double break. All right, Penko serves again. Penko serves an ace. Nope, it's a double fault. 40-30. Also 30, all Raducanu in trouble. It's already down a break in the second set. Serving to the forehand of Joint. Raducanu puts away the backhand winner. And it's 40-30 Raducanu. So 40-30. Eala gets it back. Penko comes in, puts it away. 5-love Ostapenko. Not much you can do when Penko's playing like this. All right, 5-love. 22 minutes. All right, Raducanu 40-30. She hits a forehand long, and it's deuce. All right, we get to deuce. You're much better as a tennis streamer. Thank you. I thought so too. That's debatable, though. That's debatable. All right, deuce. Raducanu serves again. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Is Joint wearing Nike? No, she's... I don't know what her brand. Her clothing brand is. I'm not sure. Serve to the forehand of Joint. Slice from Raducanu goes in the forehand of Joint. Raducanu forehand on the stretch. Joint with a slice forehand down the line. Raducanu's there with the backhand. Into the forehand of Joint. As Raducanu with the forehand again to the forehand of Joint on the stretch. Raducanu forehand again to the forehand of Joint. In the forehand of Raducanu. Joint down the middle. So Raducanu backhand again, the forehand of Joint. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Joint slice. As Raducanu comes to the net, but puts it in the net, and it's advantage Joint. For the double break. 5-1 in the second if she can get it, and serving for it. But it's still Raducanu's serve. Penko out here looking for revenge. Yeah. All right, advantage Joint for a double break in the second. So 5-love for Ostapenko. Serving to the backhand of Penko. Penko in the net. 15-love. As Raducanu serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Joint. Backhand of Raducanu to the backhand of Joint. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Raducanu in the net. 5-1. Joint in the second. 5-1. All right, 30-love here, Eala. As Eala serves again. Into the backhand of Penko. Forehand from Eala is long, 30-15. 30-15. As Eala serves again. As Joint wins the first point with a backhand winner, 15-love. All right, 30-all. Eala trying to get a game. Penko's just savage, though. She ain't letting it happen. She's like, not today. Also 30-love Joint. I think Raducanu's got one eye on the third set here. I don't think she's too bothered. As that goes out by Raducanu, 40-love. There's no point in fighting back when she's already up a set. She can go fresh into the third, Raducanu, I think. All right. By the way, 30-40. Set point for Penko to take the first set. All right, 30-40 and 40. Both set points. What the hell? Raducanu returns into the forehand of Joint, but Raducanu just walked away. What the hell? And Penko hits a winner as well, and she wins the set too. Raducanu just didn't even pretend to try. She didn't even... She was just like, nah, I'm not going there. Nah, you're too good. You got me. She hit the return in, and then she was just started walking to the chair. And then Joint's like, okay, I guess, whatever. I told you Raducanu was one eye on the third. That was blatantly obvious. Anyways, Penko too good. First set 6-love. Penko's in a mood for revenge. And joint second set 6-1. So dominating efforts by both. Oh man. Raducanu just like, nah. But hey, look, what's the point of fighting back when you can, you're going to play a third set, 5-1. I get it, but she didn't even look. That was a little too obvious. Come on now. Could have at least put the racket to the side and been, oh, it's too far away, I can't reach it. That was a little too obvious. Come on. I don't think Raducanu's injured. If she's injured, then fair enough, she didn't run for that. But I think it was more that she was down a double break. I don't think she really. I don't think she was. She was thinking comeback second set. She's like, I'll just play the third set. We'll start from scratch. Start again. Make it look like you. Yeah. Yeah. That was a little too obvious to. It wasn't like Joint hit the ball in the corner. Joint hit the ball down the middle, and Raducanu just watched it. That was a little too obvious. But I get it though. 5-love 40. What is it? 5-1, 40-15. When you're like, let's just start the third set already. Fair enough, but yeah, that was a little too. It didn't look. If you just watch that one point, you'd be like, what the hell happened? You would think that she was injured. Maybe she is injured. I don't know. All right. Raducanu serving first in the third. And Eala coming back from the bathroom. All right, Raducanu serving. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Oh, my. Second serve. Into the backhand of Joint. Slice from Raducanu into the backhand of Joint. Joint in the net. 15-love. Will she get a warning for that? Probably not. It's only when you don't try for you put in minimum effort for a long time. I think that's when it gets called. If it's a consistent, if you don't put in effort for a whole game and you just stand there and get aced and just pretend like and not even try, that's different. But for 1 point, I don't think you get in trouble for 1 point. And again, because 1 point, who knows? Maybe she is injured. Maybe that's why she's not running. She didn't run for that shot either. 15-all. 15-love, by the way. Penko serving first in the second. As we return now to the backhand of Penko. 4 now from Eala on the stretch. Penko wins the point though. 30-love. Ostapenko is not messing about. She's like, Miami was a fluke. At least against her. She's like, you wouldn't have beat me twice. You can't get me like that again. Penko remembers. She remembers. She took that personal. All right, 30-love. She's probably like, you took my Swiatek win. You beat me and then you beat Swiatek. That was my win. You beat Swiatek. That's who I beat her, not you. Penko took it real personal. All right. 15-30, by the way. Joints trying to break first game of the second. Oh, sorry, the third. Penko hitting winners everywhere, by the way. Penko is hitting winners everywhere. 40-love. As Ostapenko serves a fault, second serve. Raducanu down 15-30. Joint with the backhand return into the front of Raducanu. Into the front of Joint as Raducanu into the Joint backhand. Slice goes long. 30-all. All right, 40-15. Penko. Drinking Red Bull during a break illegal? You're not allowed to have a certain level of caffeine in your body. When you're playing, when they get tested for caffeine levels. I'm pretty sure as well. So if you have a certain level of caffeine, and again, you're gonna have to ask a professional because I'm only hearing what I've heard. but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to have like even coffee. Like there's a level of caffeine that you're allowed to have. So when they go for drug tests after the matches, if the level of if they've had a Red Bull, which is full of caffeine, they would have a positive test for caffeine. You know, I don't know what the level is though, and I don't know how much, but yeah, it's there is a caffeine. I think there's a caffeine limit. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere. 30-40. Because caffeine can be performance enhancing. I mean, it can help. Backhand pass goes wide by Raducanu. One love joint in the third. But again, you're going to have to double check that because I'm not 100% sure, but I think I might have heard Andy Roddick say it. Maybe. When he was talking about the Jannik Sinner stuff, I think maybe, and the melatonin, I think he might have mentioned it. You're going to have to double check though. Maybe he mentioned, so I heard someone mentioned it. That yeah, caffeine is monitored. So you can't be having Red Bulls, otherwise you're probably over the limit of caffeine. Also, why would you drink a Red Bull on court? I don't know if that'd help you. Anyways, love 15 that goes out by Penko. 15 all. Eala just trying to get on the board here. 15 all. How about a simple Pepsi or Coke? Sugar levels are fine. I don't think sugar levels get tested. It's more caffeine. So I think you can have sugar or Pepsi in Pepsi and Coke, but yeah. Because I've heard players get that, right? Because they need a sugar boost. And that's okay. I just think it's the caffeine that's the issue. I just don't think you're allowed to have a certain level of caffeine. Again, you're going to have to double check. I'm not 100% sure, but I have heard somewhere that caffeine is monitored and is a level of caffeine is a banned substance. Like there's a level to it. And again, I think I heard it might have been heard from Andy Roddick said it maybe, and he would know, right? Because he's done all those tests and he's been in that position where those things get monitored. So I think I heard it off, but again, you're going to have to double check. 40-15, Eala to get on the board. As it a 4-0 from Eala, down the line's a winner. All right, 1-all. Now, you know one thing, chat, that Eala is not going to give up. Even if she loses 6-love, she's not going to throw the towel in. She's going to fight. And it's 1-all. It's a new set. Let's see if she can fight. Penko, though, is playing very aggressive. Raducanu backhand return, the backhand of joint. Raducanu backhand to the forehand of joint. And the back of Raducanu, joint backhand in the net. 40-30. By the way, I just want to mention to those who are speaking in a language other than English, just to make it easier for everybody, especially the moderators. Not that you're doing anything bad. I can't tell because I can't read it, but just kind of keep it to English. Try and keep the chat to English, just so that we can. Also, so other people can get in the conversation if they want to talk to you back, you know. But just to make it easy for the mods so that people don't come in here and say crazy stuff that we can't understand and offend people, we'd appreciate it if you just keep it to the chat to English. And also then I can reply to your questions because I can't read. Unfortunately, I can't read. All right, love 15. Eala, first point. As Penko says, a fault, second serve. Serve again from Ostapenko. In the back of Eala, back of Ostapenko, into the front of Eala. And Eala hits it wide, 15-all. $15-all. As Penko says, a fault. Second serve. Second serve in the back of Eala. Return goes down the line for a winner. All right, 15-30. A chance for Eala to break in the second. 15-30. Also 15-all here. Joint wants that double break in the third. As Penko serves fault. She thought it was an ace. Uh-oh. Second serve. Hawkeye, watch out. All right, Penko serves again. So it was a let, my bad. It was a let. Now it's the second serve. 15-30 as we get a second serve from Penko. Now why the forehand of Eala? Eala hits it. No, it was a double fault. Now it was a double fault. All right. Eala to get the break. 15-40. All right, 15-40. Break points Eala. As Raducanu hits a let, maybe? Yep. 40-15 Raducanu. All right, 15-40 as Penko serves another fault. Second serve. Second serve, Ostapenko. Double fault. Eala breaks. 2-1 in the second. I think Penko was blaming the sun in her eyes on that one, but Eala breaks. First games of the second. Raducanu trying to get the board in this third set. Serve to the front of Joint. Return goes back into Raducanu. Joint with the backhand in the net. Raducanu on the board. 2-1 Joint with the break. 2-1 to Joint. All right. How are we doing, chap? How are we? Where are we watching from? Let me know in the chat where you're watching from. I feel like I haven't asked that all week. Where are we watching from? I'm in Australia. It's 12:30 p.m. a.m. in the morning. It is late, early. It's midnight. We've got Hungary, we've got Philippines, we've got Montreal, we've got Chicago, we've got Switzerland, Zimbabwe, we've got Poland, Wales, USA, Dubai. By the way, Raducanu is not looking good now. She's looking worried. Looking sick again. She looked like this in the third set yesterday, but she ended up winning. We've got Sydney. It's cold. Yeah, it's freezing in Melbourne as well. We've got Hawaii, Perth, Philippines, Egypt, Florida, Sydney, Melbourne. And have work at 5 a.m. Holy shit. Well, Jerome, it's worth it if you're strong enough. New Zealand, Malaysia. A lot of people from the Philippines. We'd love to see it. Welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. We've watched every Eala match lately. Estonia, Nevada, Las Vegas, UAE, Switzerland. By the way, Chad, I've been saying Qatar wrong. It's Qatar. Is that right? It's Qatar. Austria, nice. We've got Canada. We've got Australia. All right, love 15. Penko gets the first point here. Eala trying to consolidate. Good serve. Goes in the back of Penko. Eala comes to the net. Penko with a lob. And Eala with the forehand. Into the back of Penko. Again, the front of Eala. There's Penko backhand in the net. And it's 15-all. Joint's got the break here in the third. 2-1. We've got Hong Kong. We've got Thailand. Jamaica. Singapore. All right, 15-all. Dublin. Thailand. San Francisco. $15-all. No, it is Qatar. Oh, is it? Okay, my bad. Nice volley there from Joint down the middle. And she gets the 30. Love. All right, 30-15 Eala. Trying to consolidate this break. As Raducanu hits it out in the return. 40 love. From Germany. Nice. Both the correct pronunciations of Qatar. Okay, cool. All right, 40 love. As a backhand slice from Raducanu to the slice of Joint. Raducanu backhand slice into the forehand of Joint to the forehand of Raducanu. Joint with the forehand of the stretch goes long. 40-15 as Penko hits another error. And it's 40-15. Penko not loving Hawkeye. She's not having fun with Hawkeye in the second set. All right, 40-15 Eala to go to 3-1. And same with Joint. Joint serves down the tee and ace. All right, 3-1 Joint in the final set. Eala serves into the forehand of Penko. Return goes wide, and Eala gets the 3-1 in the second set. All right. All right. It's 10:30 in the Philippines. Nice. All right. Raducanu needs to hold. Serve with the forehand of Joint. Return the net. 15 love. $15 love. You know a match that I would have loved to see, chat? I would have loved to see Barty Raducanu. 30 love Raducanu. I would have loved to see that match. We almost got it at the US Open when Raducanu won the title because Barty lost to Rogers and Rogers then lost to Raducanu in the next round. I would have loved to see Raducanu Barty. That would have been such an... Especially like straight after she won the US. Like if we had gotten Raducanu Barty in 2022, that would have been so fun. I don't know what... I don't think it would have been... I don't know if it would have been a good match. I don't know. But I would have liked to see it. It would have been interesting to see. I don't know if it would have been a good match or a close match or what, but I think it would have been an interesting, a good spectacle. Like when we see Swiatek Raducanu, right? It's not so much like it's competitive. It's more just like a high profile match. Because Raducanu, despite her lack of trophies or wins, whatever you want to say about her, she's high profile. Like she is a high profile player. So when Raducanu plays, you know, Gauff, Swiatek, Sabalenka, anyone else who's on that same, you know, has that same kind of level of eyeballs, right? And Barty would have been great to see Barty Raducanu. It would have been a hyped up match. People would have watched it for sure. So I kind of wish we got that because we didn't get that. I don't know if it would have been any good, but like I don't know if it would have been competitive, but I think I still would have wanted to see it. So you said Barbie for a second. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Barbie, the hell? All right, 40-15. Raducanu trying to stay in touch. So 40-30 Penko, she's also trying to stay in touch in the second. As Penko holds, and it's 3-2 Eala in the second. 3-2 in the second. Pia.
Thanks again for covering Alex. Go Alex, fighting.
Thank you, Pia, for the donation. Appreciate it. Matthew.
Jan vs Fearnley prediction. Gutted Nori loss.
Yeah, Nori lost. That was crazy. I don't know. I mean, Fearnley should win, right? But I don't know if Giron's like, I don't know. That's a tough one. Giron's a veteran. So I don't know. Fernley's been pretty good though this year. He's been sneaky good. Raducanu with deuce here. Has to hold as joint hits a return long. Advantage Raducanu. And as she tries to hold. Why are you yawning? Because it's nearly 1 a.m. Raducanu says a fault. Second serve. That's backhand goes down the line of the forehand of Raducanu. Raducanu in the net. Back to deuce. Can we want you to play Barty? Look, and I want a time machine or the ability to fly, but neither of those things are possible yet, so we're all going to just have to wait and hope for the best. All right. Back to deuce. As joint hits in the net. Advantage Raducanu. Serve into the backhand of joint. Backhand of Raducanu into the forehand of joint. Raducanu with a drop shot. Joint's going to get there with a backhand. Raducanu passed. Is a winner. Raducanu holds. 3-2 joint final set. Barty had an early retirement so she could start a family. Okay, 15 love Eala. She's got the break here in the second. Thank you, Roland, for the donation as well. Appreciate it. 15 love. As Eala serves a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Ostapenko. Penko hits it long. 30 love. $30 love. As the forehand goes into the backhand of Penko. Forehand now from Eala goes out. 30-15. 30-15. As Eala serves a fault. Or a let, sorry. Serve again. And now she serves a fault. Second serve. I'll check the weather today in Melbourne has been so chilly. We had hail, which looked like snow, but it was not snow. It was just cold and sloppy. All right, forehand winner from Eala, 40-15. It was just slushy. It's gross. The weather today has been shit. It's terrible weather. All right. Served down the tee, the backhand of Penko. Forehand from Eala. The backhand of Penko as Eala forehand on the stretch. Into the backhand of Penko. Hits a winner down the line. Beautiful shot. 40-30. Eala to go to 4-2 in the second. Sounds wonderful from the heat here. Yeah, it's just like cold. Like, cold. All right. Raducanu trying to break back here as Joint on the stretch. And Raducanu hits a forehand, stretch it back in a Joint. Raducanu volleys it away. And it's 15-30 Raducanu. Also 4-2 Eala in the second. All right. 4-2 Eala in the second. She is fighting back. As Joint hits a backhand into the forehand of Raducanu. Joint forehand is long. 15-40 Raducanu to get back on serve. 15-40. By the way, chat, if somebody's smart and has money, they should try and lock down Eala for an exhibition in December in the Philippines. If somebody's got a brain and somebody can afford to put it on, you don't think that Eala's going to have a sellout crowd in the Philippines as an exhibition? I don't care who they play. Let's say Eala plays and do an exhibition in Manila against anybody. That place is going to sell out. Just saying. There's a free idea. There's your idea for free. You get December and you get Eala locked into an exhibition event in December against anybody. In the Philippines, you're going to get a sellout crowd. It's going to be crazy. Also, I'm going to go to it because I'm going to go to the Philippines in December. Please do it at the first week of December, please. That'd be really nice. I'd appreciate that. Anyways, we get back to Deuce. Joint trying to keep this break. I tell you what, if you're super smart, you put it against Raducanu. You put her against Raducanu. That would be something real smart. You get Raducanu on the other side of the court and get them both down in the Philippines. I mean, make it a 3 tournament. Make it like a bit of an Asia tour, and you can do three places. One of those being the Philippines, Singapore, Philippines, and Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur. I mean, there's your idea. Get Raducanu locked in, lock them in for 3 on their way to Australia. I mean, come on now. That's just the best idea ever. All right, 30-all. As we ace down the tee from Penko, 40-30. Advantage. Raducanu here as Joint serves a fault second serve. Emma versus Eala last week in November. Hey, I'll go to that. I'll be hopefully around the Philippines at that point. All right, second serve Joint. Raducanu to get back on serve in the final set. Return goes into the forehand of Joint. Forehand from Raducanu again, the forehand of Joint. As Raducanu can't get that one, Joint hits a winner. Back to Deuce. All right, 40-30. Penko backhand. Into the forehand of Eala. Penko backhand again. The forehand of Eala. Into the forehand of Penko, who puts it wide. And we get the Deuce. Bad miss from Ostapenko. We get to Deuce. As Joint hits a forehand into the backhand of Raducanu. Joint backhand to the forehand of Raducanu. Again to the backhand of Joint. Raducanu backhand in the net. Advantage Joint. By the way, chat, let me just get a stat up here. Because I'm not sure of Joint's grass court abilities. She did make a semi-final in a couple of good results on the clay. But I'm not sure about her grass abilities. She's only played... This is her 9th match on grass. As Eala gets an advantage. Her best win on grass... she hasn't got a top 100 win on grass before. Joint. She did win the first match, though. Her first round match against Jabeur. So that was her first top 100 grass result. But this will be her highest... If she wins it, it'll be her highest ranked victory on a grass court. 38 in the world. So that'll be huge for her if she can get it. Raducanu backhand in the net, advantage Joint. So it will go down as I know beating Jabeur is a great win, 2-time Grand Slam Wimbledon finalist. But in terms of ranking, this will be her highest ranked victory on a grass court. So this is huge for Joint. Advantage Joint. Also, Penko survives. For now, we get back to deuce. And Joint serves in the backhand of Raducanu. Return goes to the backhand of Joint. Raducanu backhand again to the backhand of Joint. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Joint backhand again to the backhand of Raducanu. As Joint hits a forehand cross court. Raducanu on the stretch gets it. Joint forehand again. Nearly slips over. Raducanu slices it. Joint backhand cross. Raducanu gets it again. The backhand of Joint. He goes down the line for a winner. Maya Joint 4-2 final set. She holds that break for now. Also, advantage Eala. Penko in trouble again. All right. Advantage Eala. Advantage Eala. As the return goes to the forehand of Penko. Penko hits it wide. Eala's got the double break. 5-2 in the second. Great recovery. Is it windy at the Raducanu match? It is windy, but it's not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday was worse. Yesterday looked worse. It's sunny all day today, but it is definitely still windy. Because we are still on the water. So it's going to be windy every day. But, yeah. All right. 5-2. Eala with a double break. As Joint hits a return winner. Love 15. All right. Lovely winner down the line from Joint. All right. 5-2 Eala in the second. Trying to take us to a third. As we serve out wide from Raducanu. It was a fault. Second serve. Second serve, Raducanu. Serve in the back of the Joint. Return goes in the forehand of Raducanu. Joint forehand. And is the winner. Love 30. To take the double break. Love 30. Love 30 Joint. Love 30. As Raducanu serves down the tee. Joint return in the nets. 15-30. 15-30. Raducanu serves again. As Eala serves for the second set. As Raducanu 30-0. And then drop shot from Penko. Gets very lucky, I think. Did it land in? No, it went wide. All right, 15 love. She almost got very lucky, but it just missed. All right, return goes in the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand out from Joint. Into the backhand of Raducanu is Joint backhand. Again, the backhand of Raducanu slice. Joint. Backhand again to the backhand slice of Raducanu. Into the backhand of Joint. Raducanu backhand again. Into the backhand of Joint is Raducanu. Into the backhand again of Joint. He's gone backhand to backhand at the moment. Raducanu then changes up, goes to the forehand of Joint. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Raducanu in control. Joint with the slice. As Raducanu, forehand. To the forehand of Joint. Raducanu with a volley. Too good. Raducanu hanging on. 40-30. Also 30 love Eala. 30 love. Great hitting from Eala. She's gotten more aggressive here, and Penko is not happy. 30 love. As Eala serves. Serve in the backhand of Penko. Return goes to forehand of Eala. As Ostapenko backhand down the line's a winner. 30-15. Also, we get to deuce here. Raducanu not out of it yet. All right, 30-15 Eala. As Joint hits it out, and Raducanu gets to advantage. As Eala serves a fault second serve. As the return goes to the front of Eala, into the front of Penko. Penko hits a winner, 30-all. Ostapenko already has... Eala has a double break, so still a long way back for Penko. All right, 30-all. As Penko hits it out, and we've got a set point for Eala, 40-30. To take the second set, as Raducanu just tries to hold at this point. And she hits a backhand winner, and it's advantage Raducanu. Penko, by the way, hit it out by this much. And she was wondering why it was called out. It was out by this much, and Penko's like, show me. I want to see it. And the umpire's like, okay. How was that even close? That was out by so much. She questioned it. Serve into the backhand is a fault. Second serve. And Penko's like, I want to see the replay. Show me the replay. I don't believe you. Show me the replay. It's out by this much. Second serve. We love Penko. And she hits into the net. We're going 3, baby. Eala takes a second, 6-2. We're going to a third. Classic Penko. Oh, we love Penko for that. We love Penko for that. All right, 6-2 Eala. What a turnaround. We're going 3. We are going 3. That was a great set from Eala to fight. Because Penko was going crazy in that first set. Good fight back from Eala. A lot of errors, though, from Penko. But a lot of winners still. I mean, 16 errors, 12 winners. Eala, though, limits her errors and didn't face a break point. So Penko couldn't get on the serve as she was in the first set. So Eala, very solid. No break points faced. 6 winners, 4 errors. Very solid set. Penko not given any free points. All right, advantage Joint to take the double break and serve for the match. Advantage Joint. Serve out wide. It's a fault from Raducanu. Second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in, the forehand of Raducanu. Forehand from Joint. Again, the forehand of Raducanu. Joint with the backhand on the stretch. Raducanu forehand down the line goes out. 5-2. Joint's going to serve for this match. All right. 5-2 to Maya Joint. And she's going to serve for her best grass court victory by ranking ever. She also beat Ons Jabeur in the first round. So, I mean, 2 back-to-back wins. That's huge wins. Jabeur and Raducanu are known players. Huge for Joint. And to make it to the quarterfinals, too, that's huge. We love that. As in Australia, I love it even more. All right. Penko serving first in the third. 1 hour played, 2 sets down. We're going to the third. I said Eala in 3. I'm going to stick with that. Chat, who's winning the final set? You tell me. Well, who you got? 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 I'm going to go Eala in 3 because I am going to stick to my prediction. And chat, my predictions are never wrong. Don't check it, but they're true. But don't check it. All right. Penko serves. Into the backhand of Eala. Backhand from Penko to the backhand of Eala is Penko forehand. Is a winner. 15 love. A lot of people going Eala in 3. Fair enough. Cam's never wrong. Thank you, Gregs. The check's in the mail. 15 love as with a backhand slice from Eala goes long. 30 love, Penko. As joints lose the first point, love 15. Love 15. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. The more people subscribe, the more people subscribe. The higher the number gets, I guess. We're trying to get to 250,000 subscribers this year. I love 30, Raducanu. Little chance here to get back one of the breaks. Love 30. As joint serves into the forehand of Raducanu. Forehand from joint is into the backhand of Raducanu. Joint comes in and puts it away. 15-30. Penko double faults. She tries to get off to a better start in the second. 30-15 as a return from Eala goes the forehand. Penko, drop shot is good. Eala gets it, but Penko volleys it away. 40-15. 40-15 as joint serves into the forehand of Raducanu. Return goes into the forehand of joint. Raducanu backhand, the backhand of joint. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Joint backhand on the stretch is wide. 15-40. Raducanu's got break points to get back one of the breaks. All right, 15-40, Raducanu. Joint serves, a fault. Second serve. Serve in the backhand of Raducanu. Return goes to the front of joint. Raducanu backhand pass. Too good. One back. 5-3 joint. Final set. As Eala, good hitting there, and she gets the deuce. First game of the third. All right, Raducanu. One of the breaks is returned. Now we get the deuce. First game of the final set. As Penko serves. No, she doesn't. Penko does serve. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serve at the back of Eala. Eala in the net. And it's advantage. Penko. Advantage Penko. Serve. Serve from Penko. Into the slice of Eala. Penko forehand. And into the forehand of Eala is Penko with a backhand. Into the backhand of Eala as Penko backhand goes wide and we're back to deuce. All right, Raducanu. 30 love, trying to keep this match alive. 30 love. As Raducanu serves. There's a bit of fault. Second serve. Second serve into the backhand of joint. Return goes back into Raducanu. Joint backhand is a winner down the line. 15-30. Oh, sorry, 30-15. As Eala gets a break point first game of the third. $30-15. Lovely shot down the line from joint. And it's beautiful forehand now into the forehand of joint. Forehand now from Raducanu goes out. 30-all. 2 points away, joint from the win. All right. As Penko serves an ace to save the break point. Can't find any evidence of caffeine is banned, not prohibited. WADA, which governs the sport, that's what Google says anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the rule is. I'm not sure where you'd find the answer. But if Google AI is telling you that, I mean, they could be right, maybe. I don't think caffeine's not prohibited. I think it's just there's a limit to it. As joint hits in there, 40-30. Try to kind of stay alive. All right. 40-30 Raducanu. Yeah, it's not banned. It's not a banned substance. It's just a limited substance. It's like IV drips. They're not banned. They're just limited. You can only have a limited amount in your body. So I don't know where you'd find that. You'd have to go to like their website and read their rule book of like 20,000 pages. All right. Advantage Eala. As Penko goes to the backhand of Eala. Eala in the net, back to deuce. As Raducanu backhand to the backhand of joint. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Joint. Forehand goes long and Raducanu holds. All right, 5-4. Joint's going to serve this match for a second time. Let's see if she can do it this time. It's in the WTA rulebook, is it? Okay, there you go. Page 5. Wait, what page? What page is it on? Because that'd be really helpful. What page? Caffeine is almost in everything. Yeah, but they're talking about like caffeinated drinks because they're going to spike your caffeine a lot. I don't know why it would be in the rule book. It seems weird that it would be in the rule book. It wouldn't be in a rule book. It would be in the drug, like the doping guide. All right, Eala with another break point to start the third. As we define it from Penko, goes in the back of Eala. Penko back on the stretch. Into the forehand of Eala, who slices it wide, and we get back to deuce. Back to deuce. Caffeine is monitored? Yeah, that's what I meant. Well, that's what I'm saying. It is a limit. It's not banned. It's not straight up banned. But like having a Red Bull would probably put you over that limit because there's a lot of caffeine in Red Bull. I don't know what the limit is though. Again, you'd have to like go and like, yeah, okay, use Google AI to find things, but like also you're better off clicking, like finding the source of information rather than just going off Google AI. Because Google AI, I've noticed, sometimes doesn't get it right. As that goes out by Penko, advantage Eala. You're better off going to the source so we can actually get the answer, you know, instead of just guesstimating. All right. Joint. Love 15. She hits it in the net. If you're just joining us, Joint was up 5-2. And she's still up 5-4 with a break, but she has to hold to get the victory. As Eala breaks, Penko complaining about Hawkeye again. Well, the ball was out this much. The ball was in. It was in. Hawkeye said so. Eala breaks. Final set. 1-love. Eala stretching out, though. She is feeling the pain. Love 30, by the way. Raducanu about to break back again. This is terrible for Joint. I don't like this. Can we stop watching? Joint just volleyed it wide. Hey, thank you, Chick, for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Love 30. Joint serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Slice now into the forehand of Joint. As Raducanu forehand again to the forehand of Joint. And the forehand of Raducanu is Joint backhand. Again to the backhand of Raducanu. Joint with the forehand. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Joint on the stretch. Goes long. Love 40. All right. Raducanu to get back on serve. Eala's got a break in the third, by the way. All right. As Joint hits it in the net and Raducanu's back on serve. 5-5. 5-5. As Penko hits a forehand out. 30 love. Josh, you were on fire, mate. Why didn't you tell us that? All right. 5-all. We're back on serve. And Eala is cruising at the moment. 30 love. As the return goes in the forehand of Penko. Forehand from Eala. Into the back of Penko. Penko can't get it. 40 love. Eala is running away with this match now. Penko just switched off. All right. Raducanu back to level. 5-5. From 5-2 down. All right, 40 love Eala to go to 2 love in the third set. Raducanu in the net with the first point here. Love 15. All right, 40 love. Serve down the tee from Eala as a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Penko, who hits a return winner, and it's 40-15. Raducanu backhand to the backhand of Joint, into the forehand of Raducanu. Joint with a forehand into the forehand of Raducanu. Again, the forehand of Joint. Raducanu backhand to the backhand of Joint, to the forehand of Raducanu on the stretch. Joint forehand down the line is a winner. Love 30. Chance for Joint to break again. And try to serve for the match for a third time. Love 30. As Raducanu serves again. And 40-30 Eala. Eala trying to consolidate the break. All right, Raducanu serves. Into the backhand of Joint. Return goes forward to Raducanu. Joint gets the point and 3 break points. Love 40. For Joint to break and serve for the match for a third time. Eala holds 2 love in the third. All right, serve. The return goes out by Joint. 1 saved, 15-40. Say hi to Poland. Hey, Poland, what's up? 15-40. Still break points for Joint. Raducanu serves. Into the backhand of Joint. Raducanu drop shot. Joint's going to get it and put it away. Joint breaks again. Okay. Third chance for Joint to get a big win. She was up 5-2. She was up 5-4. She's now up 6-5. She is serving for the match again. Long match, by the way. All right, return from Eala. Goes out, 15 love. Yeah, Joint knew that drop shot was coming. She was there before the ball even bounced. 15 love. As the backhand return goes the backhand to Penko. Penko hits a winner, 30 love. 30 love. Serve again from Penko. $30 love. As a return goes out by Penko. I think Eala shanked the ball. That's why she was apologising. 30-15. $30-15. Penko serves again. His joint serves for the match. As that goes out by Eala, 40-15. Penko, you get on the board. As Eala, joint serves down the tee. Ball is short. Backhand's too good by joint. 15-love. $15-love. Nice. Angled from joint. 15-love. The joint serves again. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand from joint to the backhand of Raducanu. His joint forehand in the net. 15-0. As the other comes in net with a volley, and it's 40-30. What does Q mean next to Eala's name? It means she's a qualifier. So the symbols are Q means qualifier, 3 means the number 3 seed, and 7 means the number 7 seed. And when it's nothing, it means they're just an unseeded player. So yeah, so it's just means she's a qualifier. All right, that goes out by joint, 15-30. As that goes out by Eala, and Penko holds. She's on the board in the second. The third. The third. All right, 15-30. Raducanu a chance again to get the break. By the way, Penko's got the medical staff out on court. As a backhand rally. Joint backhand goes long. 15-40. 15-40. Raducanu to get to the tiebreak. Why are you rooting against Emma now? You prefer Eala. Why are you complaining? All right, 15-40. As the return goes into the backhand of joint. Forehand from Raducanu. Into the backhand of joint. As Raducanu backhand to the forehand of joint. Into the backhand slice of Raducanu. Joint backhand. Again, the backhand of Raducanu. Joint with a forehand on the stretch. Raducanu goes down the line. Joint can't get it. We're going to a tiebreak. 6-6. Just can't serve it out. Penko's getting a medical timeout. I think on like a left ankle problem. So Penko's just getting a bit of treatment from the doctor. All right, Raducanu will just not go away. 6-all. Who's winning the tiebreak? Remember, it's only first to 7 when it's not a Grand Slam. It's first to 7. Who is winning the tiebreak? I'm going to go joint because I'm Australian. Because I want joint to win, damn it. All right, Raducanu serves. Into the forehand of joint. Return goes back to Raducanu. Joint, forehand. To the backhand of Raducanu. His joint forehand again to the forehand of Raducanu. Into the forehand of joint on the stretch. Raducanu, forehand. Again to the forehand of joint. To the backhand of Raducanu. His joint forehand cross court. Raducanu gets it. Joint forehand on the stretch. Goes long. 1-love Raducanu. 1-love Raducanu. Medical timeout for Penko, by the way, on a left ankle injury. Left ankle. A left ankle injury. All right. 1-love Raducanu. And his joint serves out wide. Raducanu slicing the net. 1-1. 1-all. What's the rules on medical timeout? Obviously exploited to take a rest. Well, I can't talk to you if you think it's a fake timeout because then you're not going to believe me when I tell you the rule. 1-all. As with a fault, second serve. Second serve joint. Serve to the back of Raducanu. Return goes wide and joint goes to 2-1. 2-1. Joint leads 2-1. Eala just trying to stay warm while Penko gets a medical timeout on her ankle. That's a bit of fault from Raducanu. Second serve. Second serve. The backhand of Joint. Backhand of Raducanu into the forehand of Joint. Joint in the net. 2-2. Two all. Raducanu serves again. My British commentator, very excited Raducanu's back in the match. Well, that's biased and unprofessional. What do you say to me, chat? What are all the bullshit you say to me about unprofessional and like I have to be unbiased? Well, that's crap. If you're on TV, if you're on TV, that's different. I'm not on TV. I'm just some guy in his house. Raducanu 3-2. How dare that person, the commentator on TV, be biased towards Raducanu? That's crazy. That's BS. That's not fair. That's not allowed. That's unprofessional, chat. And it's 3-2 Raducanu. Serve out wide from Joint. Raducanu gets it back. Joint with a winner. I mean, good shot. 30-0. 3-0. 3-0. It's 3-0. They change ends. Nice shot by both players. Both players are playing equally well. 3-3. Joint serving again. By the way, Penko back on court. Eala with the break, though. 2-1 final set. All right, 3-3 as Joint serves again. As Joint serves. Into the back of Raducanu. Return goes to the front of Joint. And Joint hits it out. 4-3. Raducanu with a mini break. This would be a tough loss for Joint if she does lose, because she served for it 3 times. 3 times in this final set to win the match. It would be painful. All right, Raducanu with the mini break. 4-3. Serving to the forehand of Joint. Return goes to the forehand of Raducanu. Joint. Oh, Raducanu overhits it. All right, 4-0. 4-4. Raducanu gives the mini break back. Eala, by the way, 15 love. She's up 2-1 in the final set. Raducanu serves out wide the forehand of Joint. Return goes to the forehand of Raducanu. Joint, backhand. Into the forehand of Raducanu. As Joint backhand again. To the backhand of Raducanu. Joint on the attack. As Raducanu hits a slice. Joint backhand on the stretch. Raducanu back in control. That's a good shot. Joint gets it with the backhand. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Joint running a lot at this rally. Drop shot. Raducanu in the net. Oh, she went for the drop shot. It hit the tape. But didn't go over. Not a bad idea for Raducanu, but it just missed. Joint's got the mini break. 5-4 to take a chance to take the match if she can hold her serves, but we know that's not being good. 40 love Eala, by the way, to go to 3-1. Great rally, though. Raducanu, I mean, that this much higher, she would have hit a winner. All right, 5-4 Joint. Joint serves. She would pay all the prize money for an ace right now. Joint serves. A fault. Second serve. Eala 3-1. All right, second serve Joint. Into the back of Raducanu. Good return. Joint gets on the stretch. Into the forward of Raducanu. Joint backhand on the stretch again. Goes in. Did it go in? It went in and Raducanu hit it out. Joint's got match points. Joint's got match points. 2 of them to take the victory. Her best win on a grass court ever. following her previous best victory the other day. 6-4, she serves. An ace on the tee! Chad, I called it! Give me that one at least! Oh my God, this is why we don't watch Aussies chat. I can't stand this shit. I can't do this every day. Are you kidding me? Why don't we watch Australians, Cam? Why don't we watch Australians? Are you not Australian? We don't watch Australians. Yeah, because I don't want a heart attack. I don't want to die on stream. All right, joint wins. I mean, like it was her fourth opportunity, right? Because she served at 5-2, she served at 5-4, she served at 6-5, she served for the tiebreak. Fourth time lucky, and she gets the win. Raducanu, she'll go to Wimbledon next week and hopefully get a decent draw because she's going to be unseeded. So that'll be interesting to see what happens Friday. Joint wins. Hallelujah. All right, GG's. And that would have been a tough loss had Joint not have won that because she had so many chances. For her to lose that would have been devastating for her. Now she takes on Blinkova. So it just keeps getting harder. By the way, top half of the draw, no seeds left. Kenin, Raducanu, Stearns, and Kazatkina are all gone. So Joint, Blinkova, Pavlyuchenkova, Rakimova. One of them makes the final in Eastbourne. All right. Oh, chat, we're not watching Aussies. We don't watch Aussies. Can't do it. What are we doing? Eala. Yeah, Eala is up. Is up. 3-1 with a break. 3-1 with a break. If you want to keep watching the Eala Ostapenko match, and you should, jump on over. But nice win by Maya Joint. She gets it done in the end. Eventually, she gets it done. And she takes out Raducanu, her best win on a grass court, and she is into the quarterfinals. And Raducanu, she goes to Wimbledon. We'll see how her draw looks on Friday. So if you're a Raducanu fan, Friday is the day you need to book in and come back because we'll find out who she plays because she's unseeded, which means she could play somebody scary or she could play somebody not scary and get a good draw. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, man. All right. Penko holds and limps to the chair. Oh, Penko's really in pain here. Penko is limping around. Who said fake timeout? Because that is a serious limp. That is not a fake limp. She is limping to the chair. 3-2 Eala. Yeah, the umpire's back. Not the umpire. The trainer's back on court. I think it's her knee. I think Penko's hurt her knee. Yeah, this is not good for Penko. She is in some trouble. Yeah, she is in some trouble. She limps to the chair after winning that point. Now, the thing with Penko, the good thing with Penko is that her game doesn't involve, like her game, when she's playing her game, she doesn't have to run. She stands there and hits winners. So I guess if she can play her game, she might be able to fight back here if she can just stand there and hit winners. But again, if she's allowed to play her game. So if you're Eala, moving Penko around is the strat big time now. Even more so, even though that was the strat. But the strategy now, even more so, should be move Eala around. So move Penko around. Especially if that knee is not good. All right. Here we go. 3-2 Eala with the break in the final set. Yeah, I mean, this is the type of... I mean, retiring wouldn't be the worst idea because this is the exact week where you don't want to be injured. You don't want to play if you're injured this week. You want to take the extra time to get ready for Wimbledon, which is more important than Eastbourne. Unfortunately for Eastbourne, it's not as important. All right. Eala serving to the front of Penko, and then Eala hits a winner. Penko's going to stop. Penko stopped. Eala's going to win. Penko's out. I don't think Eala knows. Penko retires. Penko retires. No surprise there. Penko retires, and Eala's got the win. She's into the quarterfinals. Yeah, Penko can't play. She's hurt. That's a serious injury, and shame on everybody who said it was fake. you need to just be a bit nicer. Be nicer. Maybe respect the timeouts and don't think that everyone who has a medical timeout is faking it. That was a serious problem, and hopefully it's not serious that she can't play Wimbledon. But Penko looks like a knee problem, retires the match, and Eala's into the quarterfinals. And she'll take on, who's she going to play? She is going to play, possibly play Yastremska, who is on a bit of a roll lately, so that could be really fun. But Penko, God, that sucks. We love Penko, so that sucks. And Eala's kind of like, thanks, not celebrating too much because, you don't celebrate. She respects, everybody. But hopefully it's not bad for Penko, but that sucks. That sucks. It sucks because of, we didn't get to see the finale of this match too, because this match was starting to look really, really fun. Congrats to Eala, but down for Penko, get well soon, yeah. Hopefully it's not serious. I mean, it's so close to Wimbledon that I think that would have, if we weren't playing Wimbledon next week, she might have played it out. But because Wimbledon's literally next week, not worth it. Not worth the risk. Yeah, such a shame. Tien beat Shelton? Huh? Holy shit, he did. Straight sets. Wow. Okay. That sucks for Shelton. And Shelton fans like myself. But Tien gets a win. That's a huge win. Is that his best win since... that must be his best win since February. Is that his best win since the start of the year? Must be, right? Another top 10 win for Tien this year as well. All right, Eala. She'll play tomorrow in the quarterfinals. And she will maybe take on Yastremska, which would be really good. That would be a really good match. Yastremska's in form. Thanks for covering WTA. No worries. If you are leaving, by the way, don't forget to sub. If you're just joining us, Ostapenko retiring, retiring the match because of a knee injury that she sustained at the start of this third set. And Eala is into the quarterfinals. I think it's her first WTA quarterfinal since would have been since Miami as well. So possibly her second ever, I think, maybe. Wait, Shelton was injured? How? Shelton got broken right back. Oh, okay. That's not injury. Penko saving herself for Wimbledon. Well, yeah, that's the smart move. If hopefully it is, that's why she retired. Hopefully it's not because she's actually got a really bad injury. That would be terrible. Yeah, it's 2-0 against Penko. Yeah, that's true. 2-0 is the record. But you don't want to win like that. I mean, that one has an asterisk because of the retirement. By the way, speaking of though, we'll give some credit to Eala. First set 6-love, got broken 3 times from 3 break points. Didn't face a break point after the first set, Eala. Penko 34 winners, 39 errors, but that's just how Penko plays. She's aggressive and sometimes makes errors. It was a good fight because the second set wasn't because Penko was hurt. That was because Eala fought back. So you can't be saying that Eala got lucky because that second set was all Eala. Penko only got ended the match injured. She wasn't injured in the middle set. Knee strapping for Shelton? Oh no. God, chat, this season is getting brutal. Hope we see Penko at Wimbledon? Yeah. I'm sure we will. I think today was probably precautionary as much as anything. I mean, she got injured at 2-1, and then she played 2 more games. So you got to say it's either a bad injury, which hopefully it's not, or it's it's precautionary and she doesn't want to risk it, which I think it's more the second. I don't think she wants to risk it. Because risking it would potentially put her out of Wimbledon, which is she's got a quarterfinal to defend, at Wimbledon. So definitely not worth the risk this close to a slam. Will Eala face a seeded player in the quarterfinals? No. There's no seeds left in the bottom half of the draw. In fact, I think there's no seeds left. Only Krejcikova is the only seeded player left. And she has been surviving by saving match points. So Krejcikova is the only seeded player left in the tournament, which is kind of wild. So the only seeded player left is Krejcikova, who Eala might play in the quarterfinal in the semis if Krejcikova wins tomorrow and Eala wins. Oh, Eala made it to the quarterfinals of Ilkley as well. Yeah, but that's not a WTA main event. That's like a WTA small event. That's a smaller event, but it's still a win. I mean, that's a great quarterfinal. I mean, she's playing way better on grass than hard courts, clay courts, and I said that that makes sense because grass is better suited, it seems, to a game. At least faster courts are suited to a game. Grass is fast. Better retire now than recover for Wimbledon? Yeah, I think that's what Penko's done. Hopefully that's what she's done instead of it being so, otherwise, the alternative is that it's bad and that she's... but we'll find out in the next few days. But I think it's precautionary. I hope it's precautionary. I think Eala is now 68 in the world. Really? Let's have a look. Let me have a look. Eala into the top 70? By the way, we've got Fonseca Fritz coming up later. I don't know when. I don't think it's now. I think it's a little bit later on. I think we'll wait some time. So yeah, Eala is now 69 in the world. Yeah, but with that win, could be 68. And if she wins her next match, she could be in the top, close to the top 60. She wins the tournament, she'll be like top 50. So Eala is, I mean, if Eala wins this, that'd be kind of crazy. In a great way. Who's playing on the center court now? Does anyone know? It's not Fritz Fonseca, is it? They're not playing now, are they? Why they suddenly stopped? Because Ostapenko withdrew. Oh, Yastrzemska. No. Who's playing on the center court? Who's playing on center court? Oh, yeah. Eala plays the winner of Yastrzemska Jones. Yes. Yeah, Fonseca's playing soon. I don't know. Is Fonseca supposed to be playing after? I can't remember. I thought there was a match between Fonseca and Raducanu. I thought it was Raducanu, someone, Fonseca. Evans and Paul. Evans and Paul are playing now. So Evans and Paul, and then we've got Fonseca. Thank you, Gene. Yes. Thank you. Evans and thank you, BJ as well. Yeah, Evans and Paul. I knew I had lost my mind. It was 2 women's matches, 2 men's matches, and that the last match of the day was on center court was Fritz. Yeah, I knew it was. Yeah, I knew I wasn't losing my mind. I'm like, I read the schedule. I do my work sometimes. I do my homework. Yeah, Paul versus Evans, and they have not started yet, so that's why we are. They're just about to start. They're warming up, apparently. So, yeah.
Thanks, Cam.
Jerome.
Hopefully Penko will get better for Wimbledon. Congrats, Eala Fag PH.
All right, thank you, Jerome, for the donation. Yeah, hopefully. I hope so. Because Penko's great. I mean, Penko at Wimbledon is so much fun. And I'd love to see Penko versus everybody at Wimbledon. Penko at Wimbledon is she made the quarterfinals last year. She knows she could be a problem and possibly go all the way. I mean, it seems like a tournament she could go all the way. Yastrzemska or Jones is Eala's next opponent in quarterfinals? Yeah. Yastrzemska will not be easy. So if you're a Eala fan, you want Jones to be the player you play. You want to play Jones. Joint versus the Eala final? That'd be fun. Vekic and Notskova are playing. Vekic far ahead. Cool. I've been to Wimbledon? Yeah, I went to Wimbledon one time. A long time ago. What happened to Ostapenko? She has a knee problem. So yeah, something wrong with her knee. So hopefully it's nothing serious, but yeah, knee issue for her. Draw comes out on Friday. Even the game continue, Alex will win Paul Penko. Yeah. Look, and like I said, Penko didn't lose. Sorry, Eala didn't win this match because Penko got injured. Eala was playing great in the second. She played great up until the break. She broke before Penko got injured. So Eala was winning, and then Penko got injured. It wasn't because Eala wasn't winning because Penko got injured. Does that make sense? So Penko didn't lose this match because of injury. She lost this match because Eala was beating her. That's how it went. Is Bayern still coaching Yastrzemski? I don't think so. I don't know so. Not sure. And by the way, the person who keeps asking me, yes, it's 2-0 in favor of Eala. So yeah, she now leads 2-0 against Penko. Penko versus Sabalenka at Wimbledon would be exciting. Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. If Penko withdraws before the draw, Wong will get the seed. Yes, Wong will get seeded. But Bados is also someone who could withdraw as well, right? There's a couple of players that are on that injury watch. Mukova is another one who's on injury watch. There is a few players that are on the injury list. Thanks for live streaming. No worries. Thanks for hanging out. Are you a fan of Eala now? When was I not a fan? Some would say that I am a super fan. I think I'm just a normal fan. But yeah, I'm a fan. I'm excited to see how she does. And I'm excited that, like, the better that she does, the better that the more people can talk about it. Let's talk about Ana who? Who's Ana I don't know who that is. Yeah, Penko retired. You think Wimbledon is wide open? On the women's side, for sure. You clearly are a Eala super fan. Well, too bad. Well, yeah, I'll fine. It's going to be interesting to see how Tommy Paul does on grass. Hope he is over the injury from Roland Garros. Yeah, I hope so too. Bublik says hello. Yeah, I mean, Bublik is the big dark horse on the men's side, but on the women's side, there's no favorite. There can't be I mean, who's the favorite? I don't know. It's not a day for the seed players camp. Yeah, I know. The seeds have all lost today. It's been a brutal day for seeds. My bet is Coco versus Sabalenka Wimby final. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a little too easy. That seems a little too easy. I mean, that never happens at Wimbledon. The best players on planet don't get to the Wimbledon final every year. I don't know if both of them get to the final. One of them might, but both of them is a stretch, I think, because Wimbledon doesn't do that. I have a feeling Sabalenka will not be in the final. Well, see, I hope she is, because I picked Sabalenka to win. So, who goes further, Gauff or Sabalenka? That's an interesting question. Who goes further, Gauff or Sabalenka at Wimbledon? It comes down to the draw, but I would probably lean Sabalenka goes further. Sabalenka just had a better record at Wimbledon than Gauff. But only based on that, I would say Sabalenka goes further than Gauff. But they might both make the quarterfinals and lose or something, you know. But if the draw is the same, like if they both have a good draw, maybe I'll go with I might pick Sabalenka. Because Sabalenka on grass is proven, whereas Gauff is still yet to be proven on grass, right? Coco might have more confidence from the Roland Garros. Yeah, I mean, Roland Garros winning, for sure, have confidence, but grass courts haven't been her best surface yet. Even though Gauff's got a game that could play well on grass, but Sabalenka's probably trying to get over that Roland Garros final by getting a good result at Wimbledon, so she might have a little bit more to prove to herself. So I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to, maybe puts more pressure on herself and loses, but maybe Gauff, I'm not saying that Gauff wouldn't try, but saying that Sabalenka has maybe more to prove to herself after losing 2 finals in a row, after losing the final of the French Open the way she did, the way she played, maybe she wants to go out there and prove hey, I'm still the best player on the planet, I've still got the best game, and on a fast court, which suits her, would suit her better. Maybe she has more to prove to herself and more fire, But Gauff has more confidence. That's no doubt. Keys is going to win anyway. Yeah, Keys might end up beating both of them anyway. Might be Madison Keys as the winner. Maddie Keys she could have won Wimbledon last year, to be honest. She could have won Wimbledon last year. She lost to Paolini in a close retirement loss, and Paolini made the final. So Keys could have won the whole thing last year. So maybe Keys is the correct answer. I hope Keys doesn't play in the quarterfinals against Sabalenka or Gauff. I hope Keys avoids them, and I hope Keys does get to play against one of the other players and avoids them until the semis. Because I don't want to see Keys Sabalenka quarterfinal. I don't want to see that. I do want to see it, but I'd rather see that as a semi. I think Keys Sabalenka semi-final is way better. Then again, actually, maybe Keys Gauff quarterfinal wouldn't be bad. That could be interesting. That'd be a good test. Keys Gauff quarterfinal. That'd be interesting to see that. Maybe a rematch with Paolini, yeah. Maybe Paolini versus Keys quarterfinal rematch of the match that we didn't get to finish last year. That could be cool. That could be cool. Retirement, not a walkover? Yeah, it was a retirement from Penko. Not sure I see Gauff making the quarterfinals. She never has yet. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting when the draw comes out. I think a lot of predictions. Nobody should make a prediction until the draw comes out. That should be a general rule. But we do it anyway, don't we? Because we just can't help ourselves. But when the draw comes out for the women's side, there's no way you can make a prediction without the draw at Wimbledon this year. On the men's side, you can say Alcaraz, you can say Sinner, you can say Bublik if you want to go crazy. You can say Djokovic. But on the women's side, I don't think you can pick anyone with confidence until the draw comes out. Because everything changes when the draw comes out. If Sabalenka's got to play X, Y, and Z in the third round, that could be bad. If Gauff has to play someone in the second round, that could be bad, right? So you have to wait for the draw. Hey, thank you, Baby Step, for the $5. Appreciate that. Yeah, Andreeva hasn't... She's been flying under the radar, really, hasn't she? We haven't really been talking about her at all lately. So yeah, she's definitely flying under the radar. So maybe she does well. I mean, she wasn't too bad against Keys, I think, last year or the year before. She lost her temper and lost the match, but she's been she could play on grass. Bet Sabalenka gets an easy draw. Chad, what about Swiatek winning Wimbledon? Can you imagine? That'd be kind of awesome. Swiatek winning Wimbledon? Redemption? Beat Sabalenka on the way? Who do you got between Yastremska and Jones? I'm going to go Yastremska because Yastremska's been in good form. I think Jabeur Rabakina will wreck the draw. Okay. No one wants to play Jabeur or Raducanu at Wimbledon? Oh, yeah. No way. Swiatek was good on grass in the juniors, so it's not out of the cards. Yeah, but that was juniors. Juniors is not the same. Cool, your stream to Jones about to start? That's great. Why are you telling me that? I'm not watching it. I'll watch it myself. I'm not going to stream it. All right. We still got to wait for Fonseca Fritz, which is coming on later. Eala got to walk over. Well, she got a retirement victory. That's a different thing. But she did get the win, so that's all that matters. Winning is winning. Just figuring out what I should do. When are the 3 days that you were going to take off happening? I ask myself that every day. Not this week. Not this week. I'm I'm booked up this week. Yeah. It was supposed to be this week, but that obviously changed. Maybe it's over the weekend. I don't know. Maybe it's over the weekend. Hopefully it's over the weekend. Hopefully it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Chat, why do players play the week before Wimbledon? This is so stupid. It should be illegal. It should be no matches before Wimbledon. 1 week off, mandatory week off for everybody. Give us all time to get ready for Wimbledon. Is Berrettini playing Wimbledon? At this stage, yes. At this stage, yes. All right. Trying to figure it out. So tomorrow we've got Swiatek, Alexandra, which is kind of crazy. And then we've got Eala versus somebody. Raducanu's gone, so we're not watching her. Osaka's out, so we're not watching her. What's on the men's side? Are we starting to get some good matches there, or is everyone falling apart? Mallorca? Mallorca's are going to be a miss. I don't think we're going to watch Mallorca this week. Mensik versus somebody? Or Mensik Fritz or Mensik Fonseca. That could be something. We might, after Fonseca Fritz, we might not watch anything till the semis. So tomorrow, no men's matches tomorrow, possibly. Eala versus whoever she plays. Swiatek's playing, so we'll watch it. Man, Baden-Berg is getting crazy. Baden-Berg, oh God, why does it look like it's a 500? Why is it a 1,000 event? Yeah. Anyway, so we got plenty of stuff. I have a feeling though that some players in Baden-Berg might not play the entire thing. Remember, Swiatek played that event 2 years ago, and she retired in the semifinals to come to Wimbledon. So Swiatek didn't play Bronzetti in that semifinals and ended up going to Wimbledon. So there might be a possibility that some players may not play the entire event. which would be crazy because like Pegula, Navarro, Andreeva, Swiatek, Paolini, I mean, they're all there. But there's a possibility that a couple of them might just say, no, I'm going to go to Wimbledon instead. But then again, who knows? I think because it's so stacked, I don't like usually top players, if there's like only one or two of them, they might pull the pin. But I mean, Swiatek's not going to say, no, I'm not playing Paolini, I'm going to Wimbledon. She's going to play Paolini if she plays it, right? Surely. Maybe. What happened to Penko? It looks like a knee injury. Which is no good. How's your life after Grand Slams? After the French Open, it's busy. After Wimbledon, it's quiet. So I'm so excited for post Wimbledon. Post Wimbledon, I'm disappearing. I am disappearing after Wimbledon. Okay, so the schedule's out for tomorrow. Thank you, Dutchie. Swiatek, Alexandrova, then Pegula versus Navarro. Okay. Yeah, we're going to Baden-Burg tomorrow. We just got to figure out when Eala's playing, and then we can sort things out. Could get Krejcikova versus Eala final. That'd be fun. The Bedos, like Bedos from Miami. Huh? Unpopular opinion, but I don't want another Sinkeras final like this soon after Roland Garros. I agree. I agree with you. I don't. Whenever we have an epic match like that, and it comes with like Djokovic Alcaraz is the same. Whenever there's an epic, I don't want to see them play for months because I don't want to like. We always remember the last match of those kind of matchups, and I don't want to forget that match by watching a Wimbledon match. I want to remember that final, and then the next time they play, we can. Well, let's say it's 6 months from now. Let's say they don't play until the ATP finals or till friggin' Shanghai, right? We can always go, oh, that French Open final. Like the anticipation, we got to build it up again, right? We got to build up that. Like we just got given so much Alcaraz Sinner, which is great, but I feel like we just got to like, we're full, and we just got to like get a little hungry for it again. At least I don't want to get like if we watch it again, it's like, oh yay, but then they might not play for a year. I don't want to see it until I don't want to see it at Wimbledon. I want to like just let it. Let's just not have it and remember the French Open for a while, and then in 6 months maybe have another one. Or the US Open. I'll take one at the US Open. US Open would actually be sick. I think US Open, Alcaraz Sinner US Open would be so much better than Wimbledon to see that US Open final because Sinner defending champion on the hard courts against Alcaraz, who's also won the tournament, that would be way better. And it also gives us a couple of months to miss it. Sinkeras US Open final. Let's have it. Also, that means they've played at 3 of the 4 slams. Oh, wait, they've already played the US Open. No, stuff that. Australian Open. Cancel that. Australian Open. Australian Open final. So what's that, like 6 months from now? 7 months. I don't want to see another Sinkeras match for 7 months. That's not true. I don't want to see a Grand Slam Sinkeras match until the Australian Open. It's sad Bublik plays well in Halle and it does not translate for Wimbledon. Well, that might change this year. Australian Open going to do mixed as well? No, they're not doing that. I haven't heard. They're not doing that shit again. Are they doing? No, they're not doing it. I haven't heard that. They said that they were not going to mess with the format. Also, by the way, the Australian Open are less likely to do it because there's a lot of Australian doubles players. And I don't think Tennis Australia would turn their back on those players. You know what I mean? Whereas, and I'm not saying the US Open are turning their back on the doubles players for America, but the US there's a lot of good doubles players in the US. They're like, Townsend, for example, but there's way more American singles players. Whereas Australia don't have the singles players, so I don't think they would turn around and go, yeah, we're going to do the US Open thing and have that exhibition type tournament. Because then who are they going to get from Australia? Like De Minaur in doubles? I mean, maybe. Dasha, maybe. Gazakina. I don't think they'd do it. And also, somebody said they said they were not going to do it. Australian Open were not going to change it. I feel Sinner would be near impossible to beat at the US Open. Yeah, that's why it'd be great to see Alcaraz play him. I think it'd be awesome. What's the easiest path for Sinner in the final? I have no idea. We'll find out on Friday. Paul looks rusty. Yeah, so Paul Evans is playing, and then we're going to watch Fritz after that. So we got some time because those guys are not going to. They're going to take their time. Those guys are not going to. They don't play quick. Unfortunately, they do not play quick. By the way, Bernie's taken on RBA. Shit. Bernie's back, baby. Yeah, Paul versus Evans is going to take a time. We're not sure if Penko's injury is severe, but it is definitely an injury. A knee. It looks like a knee injury, so that's not good. Ostapenko hurt her knee in the first games of the third set. When's the next match? Next match starts whenever Paul and Evans finish, which is they've just started, so we could have a little time. Could be an hour from now. Who are your dark horses for Wimbledon? I mean, Bublik's got to be up there, right? Bublik and... Oh, man. I mean, Vondi's an easy pick, but dark horse... Like a legitimate dark horse on the women's side. Let me check the seeds. Who is a good a high seed, low seed? I mean, Lehechka's up there. No, he doesn't play well at slams yet. I mean, Rybakina and Bublik, they're probably the dark horses for me. Maybe I'll go Rybakina and Bublik. I'm going to go to the Kazakhstan duo. Unless their draw's terrible, then I'll change my mind. Please don't say Rybakina. Shut up. Why can't I say Rybakina? I don't know. Then can I say Svitolina? Svitolina, maybe? I mean, she's done well at Wimbledon before. Rybakina's not a favourite, is she? There's no way Rybakina's a favourite, is she? Maybe. I mean, okay, maybe she is a favourite. So I can't pick Rybakina. That's bullshit. If she's not in the top 5 favourites, I'm allowed to pick her. That's the rules. I don't make the rules. So I don't know who does, but somebody else does. I don't make the rules. I just tell you the rules. Rybakina's not top 5, is she? No. Oh, no, she's... Rybakina's second favourite? That's crazy. How is that... So it goes Sabalenka, Rybakina, Gauff. Swiatek, Andreeva, Vondrousova. Keys. I'm picking Keys then. Keys, I'm allowed to pick Keys. I thought I wasn't allowed to pick Keys. I'm picking Keys. Keys is my favorite. Is my dark horse easily. I'm going Keys. How is Keys not top 5? That's crazy. Yeah, Rybakina is number 2 favorite. I'm going to go Keys as a dark horse. Easy. That was easy. I thought I wasn't allowed to pick her because I thought Keys would have been top 4. Keys behind Swiatek on grass is crazy. How is Keys not top 4? Keys should be up there with Swiatek and Gauff. I think, but then again, what would I know? So I'm going to go Keys. Yeah, Keys over Vondi. I mean, Vondi's got to play. She's unseeded. I mean, unseeded players have a tougher draw than the seed players. On paper, they should. Yeah, I'm going to go Keys. Unless Keys' draw sucks, then I'll change my mind. But Keys is my dark horse pick then, because she's the 7th favorite. I can't believe Rybakina is 2nd favorite. That's crazy. I understand it, but I also don't understand it. Like, that's crazy. I guess people just don't know who to pick. So, like, making the number 11 in the world a 2nd favorite is kind of insane. Usually it's the top 5 players are like the favorites. Maybe one of them doesn't get there, but I mean, to have the number 11 in the world as the 2nd favorite to win Wimbledon is kind of interesting. Anything can happen. That is true. That's why I think Keys will win. That's why I'm picking Keys. Sabalenka is the favorite now and has never won a grass tournament. Yeah, but she's the number 1. And she's made a couple of semis at Wimbledon, so. What are your thoughts on Alex versus Yastremska? That could be a good match. Yastremska's played really well lately, so that could be really fun. Yastremska's just started, by the way. All right, we're still just waiting for Paul and Evans. And I'm also waiting for dinner, so. So that's why we're stalling. Grass season is the best this year? As in, like, the best? What do you mean, like, the best part of the year, or the best is better this year than last year? Isn't Rybakina is better than Keys on grass? Who said that? Oh, Rybakina is better than Keys on grass. Yeah, but she's a favorite, I can't pick her. You can't pick Rybakina as an underdog when she's the 2nd favorite. So I have to go with someone who's not the favorite, and that's Keys. So I'm going to go with Keys I would love to see Keys Rybakina 4th round. Ostapenko retired because of a knee injury. She had a knee. It looked like a knee injury. I'm not a doctor, but a knee injury. I'm so glad that Bublik didn't retire from tennis. Oh yeah. I'm gonna cry to sleep over the Rybakina talk. I didn't say Rybakina. What are you talking about? Why are you crying? Stop crying. I said I'm not picking Rybakina as a dark horse. You don't need to cry. It's okay. I picked Keys. By the way, I said Eala in 3, so I get predictions right when I pick them. So just saying. Can somebody please give me a pat on the back and maybe a trophy? I'll take a check. I'll take a check. Eala versus Raducanu Wimbledon final? Okay. Thank you, Dutchie. What M&Ms will you try first? I've already tried all of them. Peanut butter and jelly M&Ms are so good. I could eat so many of those. Peanut butter and jelly M&Ms are the shit. I'm so excited to eat them. But I'm also scared to eat them because I don't want to waste them. Because there's not that many. I have to ration them. The dark chocolate ones are alright as well. Also, the crispy cookie ones, they're pretty good too. Like, I didn't mind those. The pretzel ones are nice. I knew they were going to be good. I like the pretzel ones. Peanut butter's good, but the peanut butter jelly takes it to the next level. What else? What other ones were there? The cold brew coffee one was interesting. I didn't mind it. Kind of tastes like tiramisu. It was all right. Strawberry shortcake? What is that? I've never had that before. That really? Is that a thing? I'm just trying to think what the other ones were. Dark chocolate. Oh yeah, the caramel ones are good. I've had them before. We got them in Australia. They're all right. They're okay. Not my favorite, but they're still good. M&Ms are just great. They should sponsor the channel. That's so funny. You tried them all. I was thinking about the cookie ones myself. Yeah. I opened them all because I wanted to test them all. I wanted to have one. So then I can come back and be like, I don't want to just eat one and then be like, oh, yeah. I had a little bit of every one. And now I need to ration them. I need to hide them away from myself. Are you tired? No? I thought peanut butter M&Ms would be better. I like them. They're kind of like Reese's. Is Vegemite terrible? No. People just don't know how to eat it. Cam's the M&M specialist? Yeah, so they need to give me my own sponsor. Can we? I would love to. Chat, does anyone know anyone at M&M? Sponsor the channel? All right, chat. I'm out of here. I'm going to send it over to the next one, though. Fritz versus Fonseca. And I'm going to have some food, and then we're going to come back and do it all again. And hopefully the schedule comes out so we know what's happening tomorrow. But Eala wins, unfortunately by retirement, but fortunately for her, unfortunately for Penko. Eala wins. Love 6-2, 3-2 retirement, and she is into the quarterfinals. We don't know who she's going to play yet, but we'll find that out over the next couple of hours as well. Yastrzemski's taking on Jones. Winner plays Eala. Paul is up 4-3, by the way, so we're just waiting for Tommy Paul to finish, but I'll see you guys soon for Fonseca Fritz.